Hi guys, it's Ruben here again, and I want to share something with us very quickly today. So, I was invited for a graduation program with my students. I mentor young people, so I was invited to their graduation program to talk to them about career choice. While I was talking, talking to young people about career is very challenging because you need to paint a picture of something they don't really understand. So I was trying to give the illustration. I was walking around and I saw this beautiful, very shapy young girl, and she was busy adjusting her dress. And then I kind of, while still talking, I kind of paid attention to what was going on, and I noticed that some boys behind and in front of her were busy, making jest of her, looking at her, bending down and making all sorts of gestures at her dress. So at the end of the program, I tried to see if I can find the girl and then monitor why they were paying attention to her dress. And then guess what? Her dress was a little bit too short for her comfort. So in this part of the country or the continent actually, where young people have not been so civilized to be able to manage their expressions, their feelings towards what people wear. If it's in the Western world where young people can see someone dressed, even if it is so exposing, they manage themselves, they express themselves with more decent. But in this part of the world where we are not so used to dressing, dressing so seductively, we're not so used to it. We're still a growing culture. Our culture is still that culture where young people dress very decently. And then this young girl found herself pulling her dress so low. Two questions struck me. Number one, did she desire to wear that dress to school? If yes, why would she be very uncomfortable pulling it down? Why would she be so concerned about the way they were looking at her? Number two, was this dress given to her by her parents? Was this dress given to her by her parents? So these two questions struck me, but I really wanted to find out. So I approached her and I called her. I said, please come, let me ask you one or two questions. She came and I asked her, I noticed that these guys were making jest of you. Was it embarrassing? She said yes, that she was not feeling comfortable. They were laughing at her, that look at her big bum bum, and look at her big bum bum. And then I was like, so what happened? Why did you dress like this? She said her mommy told her to wear this dress. Okay. And then that got me. Her mommy told her to wear this dress. So I'm talking about dresses that endanger our kids today, dresses that endanger our child. And this story is very important to, buttress what points I want to make here. Number one, we're talking about rape in different regards. Rape among mates and rape with an older person. And then you dress your child in a way that, provoke those kind of thoughts. So let me go back a little bit. Number one is that I'm not saying that dressing to look good or dressing quote and unquote sexily is bad, but that you are cultured or that you can manage such kind of dresses outside because you are cultured, because you are well mannered, because you're civilized, doesn't mean that every other person is civilized. And then you wear this dress expecting her to manage herself, expect her to manage the gestures from the guys. If she's not well guided, those things can be demoralizing for her. It can be demoralizing for her, and she may not be able to open up to say, well, so and so guys are bullying me, because that's actually bullying and that's sexual harassment, and then some other people can take advantage of it and then fondle with her, play with her. Well, I'm particular about the ladies because that particular girl struck me. She was so distressed about the way she dressed. Well, I couldn't meet her parents to talk to the parent, but I'm very sure that many parents are so focused about how people will see their children. They're so focused about how their child will look, to be the best child, to be the most beautiful girl, to be the best princess, and then you forget the basic and the most important thing. How comfortable does she feel in that dress? How comfortable do you think the society she has found herself will feel in that dress? Yes, I know that there's some rare cases where even if you dress properly, people will harass you. I'm sure that happens. But why expose your child to conditions that she can't manage. If you're with her, fine. Whatever gestures that she gets, you can talk to her. Don't mind them. Please focus or this and that. But when you're not with them always, why expose them to dresses that endanger them? We are having lots of cases of rape, molestation, child harassment, pedophilia, and it's because we have social media today. But in a situation where we don't have social media, and then people hide rape cases, and then, under the disguise of, being from good homes, you don't want to spoil the name of the family. People hide harassments that have been mitigated to them. People have, several kind of assaults. So, my point here is simple. Whenever you're addressing your child, while you're considering her beauty, while you're considering her good looks, also consider her comfortability needs. How comfortable is she? Then while you're also considering that, consider where she is going. Is she going to school? Is she going to a party? Is she going to a fun club? Is she going to a youth club? Is she going to a youth group? Is she going to a singing place? Wherever she's going, consider where she's going, and then think, are those people there likely to be as civilized as you are? Then the next point is, how long will it take you to guard your child's dresses so as not to endanger her sexually, or your child's dresses so as not to endanger her from people that she may not have control or help over? How long? For as long as she's not matured enough to do what? Decide what she wants to wear and what she's comfortable dressed in. While you are busy teaching her what is good, teaching her the morals you want to imbibe in her, I also want you to understand that your child's danger and your child's happiness totally depends on the level of coaching and guidance you give her from an early stage. So, help her, help him by dressing her properly so that he won't be tempted to do what? To assault her. At least with this, we can manage some of those challenges that we are helpless about, while we keep on struggling to fight pedophilia, to fight sexual harassment, and then rape. Conclusion: yes, please make sure you consider your child's safety while dressing her up, and then consider what people will say. You can dress the way you want, no matter what they say. You can manage gestures, you can manage advances, harassments, but your child may not be able to manage that. And then also consider the young chap, the young boy whose hormones are running through his veins and has not been able to control the feelings that he's having, who is coming to puberty, who has started hearing gist from his friends, talking about girls. Help him to control himself by dressing your child properly, and also dressing him properly too. And then talk to them about sexual education. They need to be educated at every point in time what sexual parts, sexual education is. Well, that's the end of this video. Please, if you liked the content of this video, I will appreciate a thumbs up. If you don't, I will also appreciate a comment. Help us grow, help us to do more, and let us see how to make our society, our community a better place. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Thank you so much, and then go Rite.